Merry Christmas, everybody. We are just hours away from kickoff as your Kansas City Chiefs are set to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coming up on today's show, we will take a look at the updated playoff picture for the Kansas City Chiefs, how things stack up in their pursuit to win home field advantage in the AFC. We'll tell you everything you need to know coming up in just a moment. Before we do, if you want the Chiefs to clinch home field, like the video. I'm told if we get 500 likes on today's show, then we are guaranteeing we're going to get this over with. We're going to take care of business right here, right now. Like the video, do your part, and we'll get started here on today's program. We begin looking at the playoff clinching path for Kansas City. It's pretty simple. The Chiefs can clinch home field advantage in the AFC with a win or tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers, or a Buffalo loss or tie against the New York Jets. That's at least for this week. They can also do so with a loss by the Bills the following week or a win next week against the Denver Broncos. Either way, if one of those situations plays out, then Kansas City is getting home field in the AFC. The Athletic right now is projecting Kansas City to have about a 90% chance of clinching home field advantage in the AFC in some way, shape, or form. But what's very interesting when you think about this for Kansas City, of the situation they find themselves in here, not all wins are created equal. And let me explain a little bit further here. To me, it's very important, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, to get the win on Wednesday. Then you have the mini bye week with a couple extra days off. Then you have the Week 18 game where you wouldn't need to play your starters against Denver. Then you get another off week before you face the divisional round opponent at home. So you're looking at, essentially, if you win on Wednesday, that's 2.5 weeks off that this team could have before the postseason. But if you don't win on Wednesday, then you go into that Denver game in a situation where you need to win if Buffalo wins out, and you would also, of course, be playing your starters, and that loses out on a week and a half of extra rest here. So for me, I think it's very pivotal that Kansas City just gets this over with now, takes care of business, and then benefits from having basically 2.5 weeks off before the starters would play a key game again. Who wins home field advantage in the AFC? Will it be the Kansas City Chiefs? Or is Buffalo going to step in and take it away from them? Let us know. Type KC for Kansas City. Type Buff for Buffalo. Weigh in the comment section and let us know. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Prize Picks. I'm a huge fan of Prize Picks, folks. And if you're not playing Prize Picks, you're missing out. It's pretty simple. You choose 2 or more players on any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. Go to prizepicks.com/SaleItS. Promo code SaleItS. And right now, folks, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. But wait, there's more. Get this, folks. They are offering right now $50 to play for free when you spend $5. You don't even have to win to get the money. Football, a big deal this time of year, folks, on Prize Picks is we got the college playoffs going on. We're nearing the end of the regular season in pro football. But I'm still mixing and matching a little bit on Prize Picks when it comes to different sports. And we got some big pro basketball games coming up on Wednesday. I got Jokic, the Joker, to have more than half a point. That's an easy one. I can't pass up on that opportunity. And I think Travis Kelce gets back into the end zone. I know it's been a minute since he's done so, but I think that ends this week. I'll go with the more on half a rushing or receiving touchdown. If I put $20 down on that, that turns into $90 on Prize Picks. Play along with me. PrizePicks.com/SaleItS. Promo code SaleItS. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Prize Picks, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. All right, let's break down what's ahead for both the Chiefs and the Bills here in the coming weeks, starting with Wednesday's matchup between the Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the Steelers still have a lot to play for themselves. They're trying to win the AFC North, so you would have to imagine that the Steelers are not backing down to nobody. And it's a short week for both these teams. The Chiefs on the road for this one. they're given about a 55% chance to win this game, according to The Athletic, in their most recent playoff odds. So the numbers favor them, but it's not a total given that the Chiefs are going to get the job done necessarily. We've seen this Pittsburgh team have some really good moments throughout the season. The offense looks dramatically better with Russell Wilson compared to what they looked like when Justin Fields was starting at the beginning of the year, so we'll see how things go there. Meanwhile, for the Buffalo Bills, taking on the New York Jets this week. And I'll say this. I know the Jets have been a dumpster fire. They have been an absolute bleep mess this season, right? But you still look at the Jets, and you have one of the best quarterbacks of all time in Aaron Rodgers. You got two really good receivers in Adams and Wilson there. That's a Jets team that can win on any given Sunday, as they say. In the Bills, I mean, Josh Allen looks like the MVP. He's been fantastic this season. But they have lost a couple games as of late, losing to Detroit, losing to the LA Rams. You could argue that maybe the Bills aren't the same team they were just even a month or two ago. And this I found shocking. I thought this was a error of some sorts when I saw it at first, but the last update on the odds for this Bills-Jets game, according to The Athletic favors the Jets, and by a lot. The Bills are only given a 34% chance to win this game. A dramatic difference from the way the odds stacked up for this matchup just even a couple of weeks ago. Then you move ahead to Week 18. The Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos. The Broncos, of course, fighting for their own playoff lives. This game was very close when they met earlier this year in Kansas City. A blocked field goal was the difference in the Chiefs winning that football game. Bo Nix has played very well. The offensive line for Denver has been one of the best in football this season. The Chiefs are given about a 53% chance to win this matchup. But in a perfect world, it doesn't matter whether you win this matchup or not if you take care of business against Pittsburgh. If you don't, then you're potentially looking at needing that win to clinch home field advantage. Meanwhile, for the Buffalo Bills, Week 18, they travel to New England to take on the Patriots. I like what I've seen from Drake May as a rookie quarterback, but the Patriots have a whole plethora of problems. I do not think Gerard Mayo has done a very good job taking over for Bill Belichick. The Bills, there's no reason why they should lose this game to New England. They're given about a 73% chance, according to The Athletic, to win this matchup there against New England this upcoming week to finish out the regular season. It is a road game, and New England did play them pretty tight when they met up just a week ago, but I would be very surprised if the Bills did not win that game against New England to wrap up the regular season there. Let's make sure you join us coming up on Wednesday for our Chiefs and Steelers watch party. We'll be live right here Christmas Day, beginning 11 a.m. You will not want to miss it. Subscribe now and join us. We'll do an hour-long pregame show. We'll celebrate Christmas accordingly. Big Tex will be here with me. Don't miss out. Chiefs and Steelers watch party, Christmas Day, live right here on the channel. Subscribe now and make sure and join us. All right, before we go, a couple more notes here. The Athletic, with their analytics, compares how these two teams stack up. Let's start with the Chiefs. Their offense is rated at about worth close to 26 points per game. Defense worth about 20 points per game. That's a 0.6 margin that the Chiefs have on average against the 32 teams in the NFL. I guess the other 31 teams on a neutral site based on their models there. And the Athletic is saying that one of these two games, the Chiefs will slip up and that they will fall to 15, they'll end the year 15-2. So that's a very interesting note that even though they're favored in those two games, they're expected to drop one of those based on how that stacks up. Meanwhile, comparing to Buffalo, the Bills' offensive number is better than Kansas City. We showed you KC at 25.8, the Bills at 27.3. The defensive number at 21.3 is not as good as Kansas City's number at 19.8, but at the end of the day, their overall is the same at 6.0. So for all the people, all that crowd that keeps telling us how much better Buffalo is than Kansas City and that the Chiefs are just lucky to get by in some of these games, the analytics actually say that both these teams are pretty even. The Athletic is projecting Buffalo to finish with a 14-3 record. So we showed you those percentages that show the Chiefs with a 90% chance to win home field advantage. That coming down to a one-game difference between the two to decide it all, with ultimately the Chiefs, of course, not having the tiebreaker over Buffalo. So there's not a whole lot of margin for error over these next 2 weeks. What will be the Chiefs' final record when it's all said and done? Get in that comment section, weigh in, and let us know. Appreciate you guys joining us. If you enjoyed today's show, like the video. Let's get at least 500 likes to our part to make sure the Chiefs get that home field advantage in the AFC. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you here in a little while for Chiefs and Steelers right here on the channel.